Hello and welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. Now today we're talking about hard mountaineering routes both here in the Alps and in Nepal.
We've got news from Australia.
And of course we're smashing the 9B counter. Now Divine Providence is one of the hardest and most renowned routes here in the Mont Blanc Massif, and it's just had a rare winter ascent. French alpinists Xavier Caillot and Simon Welfringer climbed the route in February. With rock climbing difficulties up to 7B, and once those pitches have been done, there's hard ice climbing on the Pituitary Ridge. This is a serious undertaking. So the reason we kind of know that route is a couple of years ago, I think, we had Nina Caprez do the first female ascent on that. But a winter ascent is something special. It hasn't been done very often, and it's an absolute battle because in summer, when you get past that rock climb bit and you get to the ridge, it's easier. But in winter, there's hard ice climbing. It's steep, it's dangerous. They fell down crevasses on the way back through, so it was a bit of a battle. Now there is a video of this. It's on the Planet Mountain website. It's not on our website because it's totally in French, but if you fancy watching a very French video, go and check it out on Planet Mountain.
Okay, we are going over to Utah now, where there's been a repeat of a hard sport climb. Jonathan Segrist has reported on his Instagram that he has repeated the Joe Kinder route, Life of Villains. 8A.nu have reported that Jonathan has given a personal grade of 9A or 514D to the route, which is situated in the massive Hurricane near St. George, Utah. When Joe made the first ascent in 2018 after working on it for 4 years, he initially graded it 515A. So, therefore, I propose a grade 9A/+ in brackets TBC. So I'm working on a new grading system.
Yeah, that worries me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a new grading system.
Well, so you think there should be a middle ground between like 9A+ and 9B?
Like a 9A/+. Well, some people use brackets, some people use /+. I'm just going to use TBC.
Okay.
Because it needs a third ascender, right? To kind of give it some clarification.
Yep. Nice one. Well, nice one, Jonathan. That cave is beautiful.
And we love Jonathan.
We do. I do love Jonathan.
We miss Jonathan.
I miss him a lot.
Jonathan, where are you?
Come on, Johnny.
Come on.
Johnny? Mickey Woolhaven is another climber who I love. He's an awesome dude. He's an all-round. He does speed ascents of North Faces. He climbs up to 8C Sport, M14, and he's just repeated a notoriously tricky trad route. Mickey Woolhaven has climbed Beat Kamalander's Princip Hoffnung, a very tricky route with 8B+ sport moves in it, and it's graded about E9/E10 with some huge runouts. The route goes up the middle of a blank looking face, and Mickey is only the 8th climber to have sent it. Do you remember the Babsy video when she was working it and falling off it? It's on, again, Planet Mountain, thank you very much. It's on their website, but actually I'm going to put it on it's on our website, which is the Babsy video of her doing that route. Some of those runouts are terrifying.
Yeah, what is it, trad on 8C?
Yeah, it's
is it bolted?
Sport 8B+. No, not bolted.
Okay.
So it's trad, small wires, small gear, big runouts. It looks a bit like a Rhapsody style face, like a big slab of rock.
It's pretty slabby, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. But also, I sort of forgot that Mickey was so good at rock climbing because I'm so used to him doing alpinism stuff.
Yeah, he's a bit of an all-rounder.
Yeah. Yeah,
he flies as well.
Yeah. I want to be him.
Hike and fly.
I love him.
Okay, we're going down to Australia now, where there's been talk of a climbing ban. A climbing ban has been initiated in one of the most famous rock climbing venues in the world, the Grampians National Park. The bans have been put into place by the organisation Parks Victoria after they were accused by Aboriginal Australia of not doing enough to protect cultural sites in the park. Rumblings of a climbing ban in the area have been heard since the early 2000s. But things came to a head in 2017 and 2018 with 2 separate incidences of bolting within a metre of archaeological sites. Okay, so this is kind of a tricky one, I think, because you initially read it and you're like, oh, they're trying to ban climbing in Grampians. You're like, quick, take action, do what you can. But then you read into it a little bit more, and to a certain extent, they seem to have a point, the guys banning it. I think it's quite a wide sweep, banning, but they are upset about because there's archaeological sites and there's protected sites all around those national parks.
They're worried about fires and all that.
They're worried about general kind of climbing, effects being left, but also very specifically there was bolts put within 1 meter of archaeological sites in 2017, 2018, which is a big no-no. And all the climbers there, I think, generally speaking, 99% of them respect all that. But then, there are instances like this, and this triggers essentially actions like this.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's the anger is coming from the fact that the climbers weren't really consulted. So there should be a period where they talk to climbers, they talk to environmentalists, and they come to a sort of a middle ground. And it seems like they've just made a decision, and that's where the anger's coming from. Look, it's everywhere. It's on all pro climbers' Instagrams. We've talked about it. So maybe it's one of those things that you need to read into, decide where you stand.
I think so. Because it's not black and white. It's certainly not black and white. And I think also it's really important to... This kind of thing is going to happen more and more often. Like the more popular climbing becomes, the more this kind of stuff is going to start happening. Climbers getting out into nature and going outside and experiencing that type of stuff comes with it's like a seesaw. It's like a yin and yang. You need to kind of respect it at the same time. Yeah. And what most people do, but there are. There's always takes a few, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And I think that's the tricky thing, though. But it's up to local governments and people who manage the land to also respect the people who use it, because. We have a right, they have a right, everyone has a right. It's just trying to find that middle ground, isn't
Absolutely,
it?
Yeah.
But the petition is in the link below if you want to sign it, but just look into it before you do anything. Makes sense.
Okay, next up, we've got a story of a first ascent in Nepal. John Kelly and Benjamin Billet have made what most climbers and mountaineers can only dream of, a first ascent in Nepal. The mountain is called Chopa Bamare and sits at 6,109 metres. The pair encountered a tough ascent with big snowstorms, leaving them stranded in their Camp 3 tent at 6,000 metres for 3 days. On returning to their base camp after 7 days on the mountain, they found the whole thing was buried under metres of snow due to multiple avalanches coming down whilst they were climbing. They lost all the gear that was stashed there. They graded the route 1,150 metres, Scottish 6, M4, Water Ice 4. Really impressive ascent there by Benjamin and John. I mean, a first ascent in Nepal is pretty incredible.
It's pretty awesome, isn't it?
A winter one at that, and also the fact that it's pretty crazy that they established a base camp. They went up, they climbed for 7 days, they come back, and literally everything is covered in snow from avalanches. Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It's crazy, and I think winter ascents seem to be kind of getting more popular at the moment. We've seen, as we were talking about earlier, Divine Providence. Also, the K2 winter ascent has fallen through, from what I understand. That's what I understand.
Okay.
So it's notoriously tricky. We get, Tom Ballard and Danny dying on Nanga Parbat.
Yeah.
It's winter climbing has that appeal, but God, it's dangerous.
Well, it's a way of pushing the sport, isn't it? But actually, it is incredibly dangerous.
8C counter / 9B counter. So it's been a busy week as per usual on the 8C counter. And before we get going, I'm going to pronounce this guy's name right because I screwed it up before. Someone on YouTube was very specific.
Yeah.
Ryohei Kamiyama.
That sounds very nice. That's lovely.
Now, if you don't know about him, frankly, what have you been doing? Because he has been smashing, crushing, annihilating font. Last week we were talking about the 9A boulder that might not be a 9A boulder, but he's done another 8C plus boulder called La Révolutionnaire. La Révolutionnaire.
La Révolutionnaire.
Oui, which is very French.
La Révolutionnaire.
Oui, 8C plus though, which is... I always forget.
2 points?
2 points,
Wow.
and he is literally miles ahead on 5, beating Giuliano.
Cameroni.
God, what is wrong? I can't speak. You go.
Okay, so Nicholas Pelorsen has made the first ascent of Delier Henrique Assis in Rochelle Saint-Germain, Fontainebleau. He's done it with one shoe on, one shoe off. Pretty crazy.
Why?
I'm not entirely sure, but I guess it's about the beta. But he did have this one crazy, what's the...
Fig 4
beta. I'm going to flash it up now for a couple of seconds. I'm just going to steal your video for a couple of seconds, Nicholas. Here it is. How mental is that?
That's crazy. Well, we had people when we did the ice stuff being like, why don't climbers Fig 4?
There you go.
We do.
On a boulder. I think the 1 foot must be to do with the Fig 4.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't see how a climbing shoe would get in the way of a Fig 4, considering they do it with crampons.
That is very true. Anyway, it's insane. The actual idea of doing a Fig 4 without ice axe is...
It's crazy, isn't it? But I guess it makes sense because you weight your arm and it's like another hold.
Yeah,
It makes sense, we just don't see it. So how many points?
AC 1 point.
1 point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice one, Nicholas.
Any 9Bs?
No, but somebody did climb the Rambler. His name is Gonzalo La Rocha. So congratulations, Gonzalo.
There are exciting videos on the EpicTV website, including a new series. And this is kind of cool because we don't always have new series. This is called Don't Call It a Comeback. It's by filmmaker David Petts, who we've worked with before a lot, and it features John Partridge. So before we talk about it, here's a little teaser.
The pressure.
18. Really good, JP.
That means the rest gets less, right?
You've got 34 seconds.
I'm not under any illusion as to what I'm going into. The sport has moved on in a short period of time, like 3 years. These guys are operating at a ridiculous level, even compared to where I was when I was competing. Like, things have moved on. What do I want to do? What do I want to do about? What is this all about? I don't know. I think ultimately it's about trying to find a bit of myself again.
So who is John Partridge?
John Partridge. So when I used to live in London, he's part of that London scene. He's like a London climber. He was part of the British bouldering team. He then got kicked out of the British bouldering team. He's getting on a bit in terms of athlete age. So he's, you know, almost our
35?
age, 35-ish, 34, 35.
Older than you.
Yeah, he's a little older than me, which is amazing. That never happens. But he's kind of on a comeback, and he wants to try to get into at least the semi-finals for the British Bouldering
Championships,
So it follows that training process. He's with Lattice, he's with Robin O'Leary. It's really cool.
Yeah, and so it's a 4-part series. That was the first part. The next part is dropping on Thursday of this week. So stay tuned for it. But yeah, I haven't watched all of them.
I haven't yet. I'm doing it as these guys.
Chronologically.
Yeah.
You know, it's very good. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So nice one, David. Nice one, John. Nice one, Robin. Nice one, Lattice. Anyone else you can?
Spy-In, Evolve, Prana.
Yeah, all those guys.
Just naming sponsors.
Materials.
More content. Cold House Media are back on it, thank God, because I've been having withdrawal symptoms.
CHM withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah, they are snowboarding, which is.
But no, let's show the clip of them actually climbing because they build like a whole new gym in this place.
They do. It's very good in 6 days.
Yeah.
Are we showing that clip?
It's like creation of the earth, quite almost.
USAC rented out a warehouse and we brought in the USAC walls that have otherwise been just in storage after events. Now they're going to be brought to life with the help of a good friend, Nick Smith, and we pretty much built the walls in the course of like 6 days. And then we set a bunch of boulders. We had some local setters come in like Mike Bacchino and Nick Foster, and everyone just like got together, and yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Nice. Media.
That's kind
Media.
of. Oh, one more media.
Oh yeah, media.
Ice climbing. Now, you know we've been covering this quite a lot. We were in Oulu in Finland for the European Championships. We made you made a banging edit of this featuring
Drum bass.
dubstep, drum and bass. It's check it out.
So that is what happens when you lose your ice axe en route, which is a question that a lot of people have been asking. Not really.
No,
but
it falls in people's heads.
yeah, but then you clear the space below, I guess. But that was quite unfortunate for that guy.
Yeah.
I felt for him.
I felt for him too. He was, you're just like, oh, so close.
Couldn't quite get it.
Poor dude. Now, shop stuff, and eagle-eyed viewers amongst you may have noticed this baby on the table. This is the new Gree, which I feel has been quite underground. There's not.
Is it already out?
It's out. It's on the EpicTV shop. It is new. I just thought it was a colour change. turns out it isn't a colour change. The Petzl guy just sat down with me before this show for a good 20 minutes in French and told me all the things about it.
How did you understand?
I understood very little. Luckily I had a translator. But this is very different and this could be interesting. So this will be a future gear show at some point. But La Sportiva has been updated, renewed, restocked on the EpicTV website. There's new clothes, there's new accessories. Link is in the description below as always. And grab yourself some La Sportiva kit.
Can you just quickly tell us what is one feature of this that is new?
The innards.
The innards?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Did you used to think that Grigris were grabby?
A little bit.
Well, this is now 30% less grabby, 30% smoother for your lowering pleasure.
30%.
Yeah, that's
wow. You can also put your name on it.
You can, which I think is a ridiculously useless feature, but at least it's there.
But how do you?
This is the thing. How do you write your name on it?
I'm gonna get a cutaway of that. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, it's cool though, but it is genuinely cool. So this will. Well, I can't talk about it because this is going to be a gear show, but that's good.
30%.
Yeah.
30% innards.
Smoother. And it's ours. We get to keep that. It's our one.
Really?
Yeah.
And look at the size of that handle.
We can't give it away.
Said no one ever.
Can't.
Right, what are you up to this weekend?
Germany with Studio Blockmasters.
I'm not going though.
I know. I'm gonna have to fend for myself.
Go, no, but you go with the best cameraman in EpicTV.
Yeah, we'll go with Johan. He's very good.
I just want to say about Johan though, just seamless link. He's currently filming with you say it.
Ryohei
Kamiyama. He's filming with him in Fontainebleau. I wouldn't be surprised. There's something about, what's that Jimmy Webb sit start to the 8C problem?
Big Island.
Big Island, yeah. He's going to start trying that soon.
Really?
I think that Reda Vatical is going to have an exclusive.
That is a heck of a claim.
And he also climbs into complete silence, which is focusing.
So
don't forget to join us every day on Instagram at 4:30, where you'll see more of this ramble, scramble nonsense.
Ramble chat.
Ramble chat. Don't, we'll get copyrighted.
No, yeah.
But have a great time in the studio this weekend.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna hang out with the fam.
Enjoy.
And watch all the updates.
All the live stuff coming out.
And then also subscribe to Instagram, because he's normally there and
we'll do Instagram stuff from there.
Yeah, but lots of exciting things coming up. We can't wait to tell you. Is that true?
Yes. I think that's it.
All right.
I'm excited. Goodbye, everyone. See you soon. Goodbye.